Can you dig it? It's the controversial duo on the mic. Pedge Tattoos and Marco bring you the Mood Lounge Show.
Welcome to the Mood Lounge Show. I'm your host, Pedge Tattoos.
And I'm Marco, whatever the nickname is.
3N.
3N.
Well, it's better than the comment that we got. The guy said Marco should be called Marvelous Marco.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
no, that sounds like my PlayStation, like my PSN, my gamer tag.
Yeah.
Like 5.
First, I'd like to say I apologize. I'm a little hungover. I went out this last night, and we went a big shout out to DMG Cafe Bar in St. Petersburg on Martin Luther King. Is it Junior Boulevard or whatever the fuck, one of those boulevards. But so we went out there, and a friend of mine came out to sing. We went to go check him out. like a little Serbian bar. It was really had a good time. Seen a lot of people I haven't seen in years. Anyway, let's start off the show with a bunch of people texted me and told me Iran retaliated against Israel. They lobbed something like 200 to 400 missiles into Israel. What do you think about this?
That's a tragedy. I don't know.
It's a tragedy, but I'm gonna be honest. It's it just smells, from shit to high heaven. This is bad. This is, okay, you got the Ukraine situation and, the United States and pressure in the EU and all the NATO countries to do what they're doing. It's this now. We're on the brink of World War III. I don't think we should be involved in Israel. I don't think we should have any say. We shouldn't be helping. We shouldn't this. We shouldn't that. Look, you guys wanted to form your own country and do what you shit do it. You know what I'm saying? Make it or break it. So I don't like what's going on. That whole powder keg is disgusting. And I read today that Russia sent in a frigate. I forgot the name of it. It was some fucking Russian name, but
didn't the U.S. though also send in?
Well, no, the U.S. has had somebody they've had a couple of aircraft carriers in the Mediterranean, and the Red Sea and whatever the fuck. But it seems that Russia now is sending it into that Mediterranean coast, and it's got a lot of Kinjal missiles, where everybody was saying Russia doesn't have Kinjals anymore and they can be shot down. Ain't not one been shot down. The shit is sub supersonic or whatever the fuck. It's like 16,000 miles an hour. Russia's gonna back Iran. They're the only ones that I think can actually maybe make peace here. I don't think the United States can make peace because they just sticking their nose in too much. So I don't know. I just don't like the situation. I think it's, like I said, the brink of World War III. What do you think?
What do I think?
You think it's going to be World War III? If the shit just won?
Yeah, to be honest, the only thing that I'm flipping out over is the fact that we're going to get World War III before GTA 6, which is just fucking...
Yeah, let's recap the week. So, what happened? Solar eclipse happened on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah,
and everybody was scurrying there was going to be doomsday, the apocalyptic end, and all of that bullshit, and nothing fucking happened. I just burned my eyes looking at the fucking...
The only apocalyptic thing happened was all these psychos running around doing crazy shit, which is crazy. I don't know. There was this one woman that I don't know. Did she? I think she killed her kids or something.
What?
Yeah, which is crazy.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Not even joking. I don't know what the hell happened.
What the fuck?
It was the same thing that happened years ago, where this girl was "Yo, SpongeBob told me to kill my children." I was like, "What?" Bro, I checked the whole thing and she saw on the TV or some shit. She was fucking Lulu.
What? I just don't get what the fuck is wrong with people.
Bro, I don't know. They're not used to seeing the dark in the daytime. I don't fucking know. I'll tell you. That's weird.
I really don't know what to make of it. I mean, we did a whole skit. We were talking. We got off topic. I kind of edited it out because it just was rambling on and on and on. And I tried to put the Anunnaki in there and all of that. But it was kind of stupid for me to post that when nothing happened. Nothing. No earthquake that they were predicting. No tornadoes touched down. Nothing. So I opened my big fucking mouth, and now it's
give it another week.
Yeah, another week, and it's gonna be
all the buildings in New York are just gonna go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, look, it is what it is. If it's apocalyptic and it's gonna happen, and it's gonna be some biblical shit, let it happen. Yeah. What are we gonna do? What else? What else did we?
Well,
are we gonna recap?
Over the week?
Nothing happened. I mean,
not really.
Yeah.
I mean, we watched a lot of movies though. So
yeah, we watched a couple of flicks, but we watched a lot of trailers. Me and Marco like to watch trailers, and then we hip each other. The one that I can't wait to come out is The Joker Folie à Deux, which translate in French that it's something to do with
what is it, like
two people?
Is it like one of those death do us part type?
Kind of, but it's an actual saying that's a psychiatric saying in French. That means somebody who has a disorder, delusional disorder, schizophrenia, and makes the other person see the same shit they see.
What?
Yeah, that's crazy. And watching
it's poetic as fuck, but like
it is. Yeah. But that's why I think this Joker with Jacqueline Phoenix and Lady Gaga. I wasn't hip on, I wasn't all hyped up about Lady Gaga. But I gotta admit, she did the House of Gucci phenomenal. And from what I see in this, she could take over the reins from Margot Kitty from the other
Birds of Prey and Suicide Squad. Whatever.
Yes, Suicide. Yeah, so she's totally she's immersed in this role, and there's this one scene. They're in the crazy house, and, the Joker's medicated, walking by, and she just looks at him, and she goes, like that. So that's something that he did, and it's dude, they just
It's the term in the movie, or whatever that French saying.
Yes, and it's she just feels his pain and knows what he's going through and sees his vision, and it turns the trailer looks like it's like a musical. But it's not. It's he's on stage.
Yeah, that's.
I know. That's his brain. That's his brain working. I know.
Yeah.
I know. But it really looks interesting, and I can't wait for it to come out. I think it's coming out in the fall of 2024. So I think it's already done. It's just that they're I guess post-production, final touches and whatnot.
I can't wait for that, though.
Yeah, he lost so much weight again for this role.
Again?
Yeah, he immerses himself. He's a method actor. He immerses himself. He loses weight. He
might as well just be the fucking Joker now. Because
for real.
The fact that you got to film the movie and then you go back to your normal life and then you got to jump back to that fucking role again, wouldn't that make you crazy? At least, God forbid you had dementia.
Yeah.
Some, who was it? Bruce Willis or somebody?
But yeah,
he's starting to go.
He's going.
Yeah, he's starting to go.
So sad.
Imagine he's in the fucking nursing home and he's pulling Die Hard shit. He's got a gun taped to his back. He's just
motherfucker.
It's he's playing bingo and it's 32, bing.
Yeah, right.
Shoots him in the head. You know what I mean? That's fucked.
Yeah,
so imagine you got crazy people running around.
Yeah.
Doing their roles, and whenever they retire, or they're just old as shit, scaring the fuck out of their grandchildren,
real
running around like fucking Joker, laughing, whatever. That's not a sight to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not. But I mean,
you gotta play, you gotta be crazy to play crazy.
Yeah. So Joker Folie à Deux coming out soon through a theater near you.
Yeah.
Next one. This really grabbed me by the poo poo. Furiosa Mad Max saga. Yeah, I think it's the dude in the other Mad Max where he had that mask on. He was breathing, and he needed the milk of whatever virgins or some shit. I don't know. So I think it's him, but in a younger version.
The whole movie was a fever dream.
Yeah, it was. I mean, no, I liked it only because
it was great. But it's just when you imagine if you were on shrooms and you're seeing the dude in the red fucking leotard,
right,
with a guitar. With fire and screaming.
That was a cool scene, though.
That was funny as fuck.
That was fire.
It was fire, literally.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I mean, I'm looking forward to that movie to come out. I don't have to say any more about it. The star is Anja Taylor-Joy. I want to pronounce that name correct. Then there's a movie called The Fall Guy that's coming out, which was based on a series that used to be on TV.
Right.
And Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt is in it. He plays the stunt guy. She's the director. And he ends up becoming a real actual hero, man. So the next one that I'm really, really antsy, can't wait to see.
Me too. Cash Out.
Cash Out with John Travolta. Listen to this. You're going to die. I swear to God, you're going to crack up. So this movie, to me, straight up, it's Swordfish meets Pelham 123 with a touch of To Paris with Love. Because
just don't these damn movies.
Look, dude, I am such a big fan of John Travolta. You know, he tried to do some rom-coms and whatever back in the day, and then he came out with some serious roles. He plays a heavy phenomenal. I don't like when he plays like he's a general or he's a fucking army dude or whatever. He played in that one where he was a Serb and he was assassinating people. And the dude did not have a Serbian accent. John Travolta did a Russian accent. And it kind of pissed me the fuck off. But he played the heavy part that he played. I liked it. But in this movie, it's just insane. Like I said, it's Swordfish meets Pelham 123. It's that mixture. It's that greediness. Same kind of action. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm a big fan of his action movies. I don't care about the gay rumors or not. I don't really give a shit. I mean, you know, I really like him. I like him as an actor, and I like the way he portrays. He's another one that method acts, and when he plays a psycho or whatever, he just like outlives that role. It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, he was born to play that.
Yeah, he was, and getting back, we watched the movie, which I am so disappointed.
Oh, don't tell me. 5 pounds of shit.
5 pounds of pressure. Yeah, Marco said it right. 5 pounds of shit. This.
Get me wrong. Good movie. I'm gonna have to take over here. It was like, I can understand.
Good movie.
Hold on. Hear me out. Writing. You can write whatever the hell you want. Here's how it was marketed. All this action shooter type shit. This is, watch what this guy's gonna do. He's gonna pull some Liam Neeson shit. You know what he did? Nothing.
Absolutely.
Okay? That's how it's advertised. I can understand if that's how you were gonna advertise it.
Right.
Deliver on what you advertise. Mm. The movie, it's writing. I can get it. It wasn't like it was horrible writing. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Even though the ending was shit. Let's get real.
We all watched it and we all said the same shit. It was right when the end credit came up. I was like, I hope it doesn't end. And it did.
Yeah.
And we were all like, what a bunch of bullshit.
And it wasn't advertised like that.
It wasn't.
It really pissed me off. So if you're gonna give me something, tell me what the fuck it is.
Well, I went in thinking it was like an ex-mob guy did some shit.
That's how it was advertised.
Yeah, and I was just like, I was talking about a Raven in the first show, like, I can't wait to see this.
Oh, this dude's gonna go fucking crazy. You know what he did? No.
Fucking shit. The guy Drew tried to reconnect with his fucking son, got a legit job.
Yeah.
And, 15 years in jail for nothing, or 17, however he stated. And then he gets killed.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to come out and pull out the gun and do all that. Dude, we were waiting for his character to arc, and it arced at the end and then done in a snap of a finger. So on my scale of dicks, I give that 10 dicks. 10 dicks to suck.
I'll give it an 11.
I'd rather suck 10 dicks than watch that movie. All right? That's how my scales are going. All right? So, anything you want to interject?
Yeah, actually, I've noticed this going on. You've noticed the movies where, like, the writing seems a little extra gay,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
No, of course I don't. Dude, the commercials, everything is turning that way.
You see, like, the one little extra fucking...
or the politically correct. It's got to be one black guy, one Chinese, one white, one Hispanic.
Diversity slot. Like, we didn't need it, but whatever. That's also carrying over the games. So
it is, yeah.
It's a big issue. Our neighbor literally hipped us to the company that actually has been doing this for, like, I don't know, like, did they just start in 2024, would you know, or no?
I think they went public with the company.
Yeah.
Because you have to go public or whatever. So I guess when they formed the LLC and they went public.
Because they've been outsourcing to companies, which I don't know why the companies are hiring them when they're hearing this, because there's an entire list on gaming platforms.
Right.
Specifically with their games that says to avoid.
Right.
It says avoid these games.
Right.
And it's pretty much like tying to like 90% of the fucking games that are out.
But what was that game that came out that really everybody was anticipating that game? Was it Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad.
And everybody was anticipating this thing, and these fucking people destroyed it.
Yeah.
They put gay characters and trans characters.
Well, not even it didn't even need all that.
Yeah.
Like that was like whatever, you could shoulder shrug your way out of that.
Yeah.
But when they actually wrote the entire damn game, they just took another shit, like 5 pounds of shit.
Yeah.
So like literally adding up now, we're at 10 pounds.
Like why? Listen, why fuck? You know what? Why fuck with something when it's good and try to like, oh, we need to include people. They were playing fine 10 years ago, and now it's just like, oh, you have to count me in. My character needs to be in this. No, like fucking no. Like, I'm sorry. It is what it is. It's my opinion, but everybody has a right.
Look, that's literally their company statement. We need to focus on more inclusion. We don't need. Here's the thing. Who asked to have a activist trans person as a lead or like a side character?
Right.
Why do I need to know that this guy who's going to give me a quest sucks dick 24/7? Who asked? I actually ran into this issue.
Okay.
Like, I went on a side quest. Ghost of Tsushima, great game.
Mm-hmm.
No complaints. Only thing is, I go up to this dude. He's like telling me he's going to lead me to get some item. Right. And then he's like, mourning this dude, and then the guy's asking him like, "Hey, what's going on here?" Like, what? How do you know this dude?
Right.
We were close. I'm like,
how close?
So he has to ask how close. I'm like, we were close. I'm like, okay, well, here's the thing. I think you should get far. Leave me alone. Don't tell me that. Why? You know what I mean? Well, whatever. But I'm gonna be honest. That one did it right because they didn't have to fucking like shove it down my throat and be like, we were close, and then like show a scene of him making out, or show a scene of this, or you know what I mean? That they left it there.
I think if you subtly interject it, it's acceptable. It is. I could accept it.
I let it go. I was like, okay, fine, send me on my way. They sent me on my way. I was like, okay.
Fallout's another. That looks like a dope fucking. Looks like dope series.
Yeah, speaking of Fallout, I had my doubts about that, but apparently it's
highlight. It is the same directors or the creators of Westworld.
Yeah.
So it's got that Westworld vibe.
Yeah, but you don't know the story between the Fallout or what they're going for. It's like. Yeah,
I don't.
It's like that's all you're going for.
I just go for.
You follow the fucking directors. I follow the games. It's like I don't need to know the actor's name.
Well, it's not that I follow directors. Like if you say Guy Ritchie, I'm gonna be like that movie's gonna be dope.
Yeah,
because Guy Ritchie has his own style.
That's like the only one that I know that like he fucking.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie's fucking.
Whatever.
The guy bangs out good fucking movies like Wrath of Man, or was it Wrath of Man?
Yeah.
Wow. Jason Statham. Hey, you gotta do this with me.
That guy's a fucking actor, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to work on his fucking accent. I mean, on his actually his voice, but
no, that guy's a factory.
Dude, forget about it, man. I like him as an actor. I heard he's a real fucking nice guy in real life, humble, not a fucking real douchebag or anything like that, like The Rock. But shout out to the cock. Can you smell what the cock is squirting? Anyway, the border crisis.
Why are we getting political, man?
Because it's annoying me. I watch this all day long. I read it on Twitter. I was like, no matter where I go, Telegram, Twitter, freaking Facebook, Instagram, something comes up on the border crisis. And honestly, maybe in the beginning it wasn't such a bad thing because we don't live on the border. Had we lived in Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, or California, I think we would have seen it. And when we went to Arizona, what the fuck that was like. Okay? It's a different world. You got illegals everywhere. They're taking all the jobs. They're doing everything. They're doing the labor that other people were getting paid high for, and they're just cutthroating. But they're here illegally. And what bothers me about this border crisis is the fact that they're storming. They're invading. They're not even storming. They're invading our land. And the Biden Genocide Joe, the Biden government, is literally giving them food stamps, housing, shelter, and money and health care. Dude, I worked since I was like fucking 16 and I hustled and I did whatever. Yo, it's not right, man. That's your future. And when you start putting into this system, you're not going to be paying for yourself. You're going to be paying for these fuckers. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but...
Regardless, the system that you went into, compared to the system that these guys are going into, weren't you thrown into a camp?
Yes, what happened was back in the day when they did legal immigration, you had to file an application. If they approved you, you were giving a location in Europe to go to. Now, most of us Serbians, Romanians at that time had two choices, Austria or Italy. So I think they stopped in Italy around 68 because my grandmother came through Italy. What happens is you got to go to a camp. It's kind of like an immigration shelter, whatever, and you live there and you have to get a job. You have to prove and you have to have a certain amount of money to enter. And then you have to get the vaccinations. Once you go to the airport, they give you the vaccinations when you get here to the United States and all of that. So we stayed 6 months in Austria. So it was like an apartment complex, like maybe like 10 complexes, and everybody came from all over Europe there. So I don't know. We had to stay 6 months, and I don't remember because I was, mad little, But
you stayed in a separated
yes, yes, and then we came to the United States. We had to have a sponsor.
Yeah,
somebody had to sponsor us, and that person that sponsors you basically has to say that if something happens, they get sick, I'm gonna foot the bill. What happened to that? Why can't we redo that?
Right.
Like when they open the floodgates and let these people in, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have immigration because this country is a nation of immigrants. But this is a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
Who's coming in? People of military age. How come there's no kids? Like in the beginning, you saw the kids and you were like, yeah, they're coming with kids. First off, you're dragging your kid through fucking hell and back. And they're not coming just from Mexico. They're coming, Venezuela and this and whatever. They're coming from Ukraine. They're coming from China. They're coming from the Romania. They're coming from everywhere, And then the few that they do catch or they whatever, guess what? He was he wanted terrorist or this or that. And now you're seeing all of this bullshit where they're like killing people.
Yeah.
And then Biden's got to be like rephrase how he calls them, illegal migrants. You can't call them that. You got to call them whatever. Fucking call them what the fuck they are. They're fucking. See, that's what this is like a grinds my gear because it's getting so bad. New York, Chicago, California. Hey, we're a sanctuary city. We'll take them. Right when they started to open their mouth, and then Texas and and Florida and everybody started busing them to those locations. Oh, hey, this is not fair. Oh, why not? You said you wanted. Did you see like on TV how Manhattan looks like a shit show? The Roosevelt Hotel, which was like, my God, that was like a 5-star hotel with marble and gold fixtures. The migrants took it over. They're getting paid $400 a night by the government, and they're given food stamps. And they're given a debit card, and enough is a fucking enough. They're running the streets. They say, oh, no, we should have a right to come here. No, you shouldn't. You should have a right, but do it the proper channels. You can't make it. You can't make it. How much can we, accept here, in all honesty? I mean, I know when I was your age, that illegal thing started. We weren't really seeing it in New York. It was mostly felt in Arizona and, and California, that area. But then it started to trickle. And then we'd start seeing people in the pizzerias, Spanish, Mexican, and we're like, what the fuck? And then it just got to the point you'd see day laborers parked in front of, not parked, but standing there on corners looking for work and, and they're cutthroating.
The next they have their own little separated spot in the neighborhood. And
exactly. Yeah. So I really don't like this shit, but I don't think it's an easy fix. But this Mayorkas dude, he needs to be impeached. He needs to be held liable. I mean, all these people in this Biden government and this fucking cover-up bullshit needs to be held liable. And I'm not going to sit here and start tooting, my horn for Trump and whatever and this and that, but it's a fucking two-tier system. This is bullshit. It really is. We done swallowed 4 years of Biden. I really think a fucking tsetse fly would be better than him. I'm sorry. A fucking turd with flies around it would make more sense.
At least the turd won't fall down the stairs.
There you go. The turd will not. It'll slide down the stairs. It'll slide down. Like the way it slides out your ass, slides down the stairs. So I don't want to even talk about it anymore because that grinds my fucking gears, and I'm not going to do a grind my gears unless you got something that grinds your gears.
I mean, that pretty much grinds my gears as well. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I kind of discovered a loophole. You could pretty much get free money from the government like that.
Well,
hear me out, though. Leave your passport at home. Leave your driver's license at home. Just practice saying K, which in Spanish just means right. Just say that all the time.
Right.
Go down to the border, right, like where the Texas line is. Go over, wait for the groups to come over, follow them, get captured by border patrol,
and then once you
they're
get
not gonna check you. Just keep saying K, and then they're gonna bus you over to New York or wherever the hell, and you're gonna get like $400 and food stamps.
More than that, I think they give them like $3,000.
Yeah,
if you're by yourself,
you get like wait, hold on, you get a pension.
Like, dude, like I don't know, man. I've been hearing so many crazy numbers, but food stamps is like $450 per person in New York, something like that. Yeah, I think it's $450, $420, $450 for per.
Well, you heard that, everybody. You know, if you're looking to get money for free, doing nothing.
Shut up! I don't want them coming here and getting fucking money for free.
I'm saying for us, not fucking them.
We ain't gonna get the money.
We got any Spanish speakers looking on this fucking show, man?
Fuck that shit, bro. I'm tired of this crap. But yeah, man, like. Look, it's a shit show. I mean, I can get off the border and start talking about fucking defunding the police. Denver, because I'm looking at it, I wrote it down. Denver is a sanctuary city, and they want to defund the police now to help the illegals. Why?
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 What does that do?
What does that do? You're taking the money, you're taking cops off the street and taking that money and giving it to them. Why? They do not deserve. Dude, I remember the 70s, soup kitchens. Soup kitchens. People who couldn't eat, they would go to these fucking soup kitchens and they'd get a fucking bowl of soup, a hot meal, or whatever. That's what these motherfuckers need to do. Don't come here. Honestly, it's like, and you know, the benefits are being taken away. They won't let me go to a hospital. Oh, you have insurance? No, they will not bill you. They're not supposed to refuse you, care. But they find a way to refuse it. If you don't have a credit card to pay at least something or whatever.
If your injuries aren't fatal.
But if you're fucking illegal and just go, yo no habla inglés. That's it, fucking done. It's like, okay, you get free fucking CAT scans and fucking colonoscopy. Hey, you want to come in for the whole fucking kit and caboodle? Come on in. And bring your 10 fucking kids too. Like, fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here.
Cross Blue Shield treatment.
Dude, I'm tired of that shit. But this system is broken, and I'm sorry, since Biden came into illegal power because he stole that fucking election with dead fucking people and all that, and I'm not going to start harping on that, but all these states that have a no-bail reform, it's not working. I'm sorry. New York?
It's not.
It's a revolving fucking door. Fucking cop got murdered by a guy who just did a sentence for gun possession and attempted murder. What in the fuck were they thinking? That motherfucker does not belong on the street. But he came out and shot this cop for no reason because he clearly said, I'm not going back in.
Right.
So he figured, I'm going to kill this motherfucker, and if I don't get this. This is what baffles me. If he said, I'm not going back in, did he think he was going to get away with this? Like, dude, Manhattan is nothing but cameras.
Haven't you seen the fucking people that got caught on the cameras?
Yeah.
Just walk around and hit women with hammers?
Yeah, dude, that's...
What a great Home Depot ad, but, that's not the point. Like, what the fuck? Like, how did they get off, immediately after, and then, I
don't know.
I just back into his store.
I really do think this... I think this system is so fucking broken, and I don't think Biden's helping it. He needs to go. Joe needs to go. Joe needs to go. Joe needs to go. That's it. Let's get into which we were supposed to do the week before, but let's do it this week. So, freakish bodybuilders. Now, Marco hit me to a guy, Rich Piana.
Yeah.
Rich Piana is the guy that all tattooed. No, that's not the mutant. Rich Piana is the guy that you hit me up. He's always wearing a black tank top, and he's fucking he's just huge. I'm going to put his picture up. So, he was the guy that you said he was cheating and he was eating.
Oh, wait, that dude? He was like, oh, busted.
Yeah, that's the dude, exactly. Well, he's freakishly big, and he's freakishly dead. He caught a heart attack, and I wonder why. It doesn't have to do with all the gear you were injecting, right? It was. I mean, there's no way you could eat morbidly that amount of food every day to build all that muscle mass, and you're not putting wear and tear on your heart. So, I mean, rest in peace, but, fuck, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
About busted, you're dead now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh. But, and then there's Rafael Mascara, known as...
Is that the mutant or no?
No, that's the fucking...
I don't know which one's who, man.
Okay, Raphael Mascara's Neckzilla.
How did I get each one of them wrong?
So Raphael Mascara, I was just like looking at shit and I seen, dude, this guy's neck is like from here, like that. So neck is like 20-something inches.
Yeah.
Normal neck is 17 to 20.
Like the premiere for Godzilla, the new.
Yo, for real.
Like literally.
The way Godzilla has like no fucking neck, it's just like onto his shoulders.
I bet you every time he pukes, it's like pre-workout and like acid.
I mean, it's insane when you see these guys, and I'm gonna put them up as I said, but it's just insane because how do you get like this? How do you like? I know everybody has a body part that they could just like work on so lightly, and it just blows up, you know?
Yeah.
But his legs are freakishly big too, and I was doing a little research on him. And he had a sponsor that was going to push him to go to Mr. Olympia, and that sponsor dropped him. I don't know why. Because he just looks like a freak. Like, you know, you have to proportion your body when you're working out. Yeah, you may have a little bit of a bigger back or a little, but you need to symmetrically proportion everything. This guy's not symmetric at all. It's just thin waist, huge neck, huge quads. It's nothing else is big on him. I mean, his arms are so and whatever. I don't know. I don't know what these people are thinking. Is it this new thing where, I remember when the Oak, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know, he came out into the scene and he's just like, I'm going to be Mr. Olympia 6 times in a row. And then I'm going to become governor of California, you know. So when he came out, he was a monster. And of course he did fucking juice, but it was a different type of juice. Today, you got all kinds of gear. Crazy gear.
Why the hell do they call it gear, by the way?
Because it's your gear. You got a little bag and you gear up, you know? It's like...
Nobody thinks... Who the fuck thinks about it like that, though?
I don't know. I used to always call it juice. Yeah. It's just juice. But they call it gear. That's like when you go, like, on the sites like gear.com.
Really? Is that something?
It used to be, but now gear.com is actually a watch company that hopefully we'll get, they'll sponsor us, and then we could sponsor them, and then, you know, vice versa, we can give away a watch, which that's in the works. But yeah, to the gear, and then some kind of slash or forward slash, whatever, it's usually about steroids. So you'll find, like, you know, chats, and you'll find fucking topic, you know, areas where you could, like, look this stuff up. The crazy thing that I saw was Synthol injections. Now, Synthol is the oil that you put on to really get deep and show the cuts and the definition of your muscle. But these motherfuckers buy the Synthol, draw it out with a fucking syringe, and literally inject it in their muscles. It makes the muscle with like a little bit, not crazy amounts. It makes it look very round and full. But dude, there's people on the internet. It's retarded. His arm is like this. The bottom is like this. It does not look...
Twin tower on his bicep.
My man, it does not. And then he's got no forearm. So why don't you inject a little in your forearms? And then they inject it here in their traps. And it's just like... It literally, when you look at, like, you squeeze it, it looks like a pimple ready to pop. It does not look like muscle. And there's a couple of... There's 2 Pakistani guys. They junked up on so much of that fucking Synthol. They look retarded. Then there's a Russian guy whose bicep exploded. Yeah. Literally blew out. And then they had to gut all that Synthol out, you know. Look, I don't understand. Then there's SARMs. This is all like, you know, you got the synthetic, you know, hormones, but then you got SARMs, which is like a chemical precursor. It does phenomenal. Should I say SARMs and peptides are the new thing that's going to come out and take over. Now, peptides I'm a little familiar with because there's stuff that when I hurt my elbow and I had surgery, peptides sped up the healing process, and the doctor gave me that. So, and it did. It like, because when I surgically did this elbow, I was out of commission for like 3-4 months. With this one, I was like 8 weeks, and I was ready to start picking up 5 pounds, and then, you know, start, you know, working it. Ozempic is a peptide. Ozempic is a semaglutide. It's a peptide. So peptides are going to take over. Problem being with peptides is they're all a manipulator of cells. So like growth hormone and, you know, peptides, you take that, you inject it, and now it goes throughout your body. And everybody carries cancer cells in their body. So if you have,
ain't this like
it multiplies that cancer cell by 10. So if you're doing it on a regular basis, you're you're giving yourself a higher chance.
Yeah, but not have you polyps or anything.
Yeah, because if you have polyps, they're going to turn cancerous, and before you know it, it's...
And they're going to be...
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so they're going to be
busted.
Oh, busted. How did that get there?
So the last dude we're going to talk about, and I think we're going to probably cut it unless Marco has something to say after. Nick Walker. That's the Mr. Mutant.
That's Mr.
Nick Walker. I'm going to put his picture up. This guy, I don't know how to describe him.
Yeah, how do you want to describe? Does he look like Bane from the Batman comics and everything, or what?
It doesn't look like Bane. He's like 9 times the size of Bane. He's just...
He doesn't need that fucking, like, formula or whatever.
I think he's as big as this table wide, like in the shoulders. It's
no
fucking retarded. How do you get... Like, I mean, I know when I used to train earlier in my life, I used to be able to train like 2-3 hours in the morning, like do a little cardio, hit some weights, come back in at night, hit another body part, a little bit more cardio. Yeah, you could do it. You could do it, but you're going to become freakishly big.
Right.
Hence, you also throw gear in, you're going to just fucking explode. You're going to just boom, 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 you know? But you have to continue, maintain. So let's say, like Mr. Olympia works out 5-6 hours a day in the gym.
Right.
How long are you going to do that? Like, you see that I can't work out anymore like I used to. The joints ain't allowing it. I got bad tendonitis from doing all that fucking MMA bullshit. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, I wanted to mention that, how, bodybuilding's taking on a freakish form. And, there's one young guy, I forgot his name, but it just popped in my head. I see him all over, I don't know if it's TikTok or I see him in Instagram Reels. I see him on Facebook Shorts. He's always, like, he's got a baseball hat on. He's like 21 years old. Yo, the dude is just bang. He's got like at least 21-inch arms, jacked. Of course, he's doing juice. You can see he's loaded with pimples. His back, when he takes his shirt off to show his back, it's like fucking like somebody was throwing darts at him. Like, it's just like potch marks everywhere. Listen to that fucking... Actually, you know what it looks like? It looks like the map of Ukraine where Russians have all attacked. Like this show. With that note, do you have anything? Nothing. So we would like to again reiterate about the t-shirts. Whatever, if somebody wants one, I've been giving them away just to like promote. But we got them for sale, $24, $6 for shipping, so $30 in total. And we got the small up to 3X. So hit us up in the comments and hit the subscribe button.
Like the video.
Give us a comment.
Hit the notification bell next.
And we'll see you next time on the show. Peace.
Peace.